here's a project for, what time is it? It's almost midnight. Been here for about maybe like 2 hours. This light's on whenever the hatch is on. With this green wire right here. This is the one that goes from the latch all the way when it's closed, when the contact's closed, so that it turns it off whenever the hatch is shut. So what I'm doing is I put an intermediate switch, not an intermediate switch, but an interrupting switch. I'm gonna show you guys once I get it mounted, but just to have it like I have a fan light switch. So I'm just gonna turn this one fucking light on whenever I need it. It's a 6 amp, and it's a 10 amp fuse that goes through for all the interior lights and the brake lights for some reason, which that seems really low. But I've read that the 10 amp and 6 amp can be used interchangeably on small circuits, so I should be fine. I'm gonna get these popped in and wired up and shit, and then I think we'll be good to test it. Honey, could you turn on the lights? It's a bit dark in here. All right. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I need to take this back off and get the wiring all bundled up, but that's hilarious. Oh, I've been at this for a couple days. The first plan was to get like a toggle switch right here that went through a relay, so that way the light that was on the toggle switch was always on when this was off, and it was off when this was on. That light being like an indicator of, oh, the light's on, so I can just switch it off. Don't have space back here. The relay shit was all bungled up, and I had to redo all the wiring that went back to this. So I just thought, let's just do that. I mean, I'll hit my head on it, so I'll be like, oh yeah, and then I'll turn the light on. So that works fine. Oh, that's great. That's hilarious. Oh, that's great. Oh. Everything's all buttoned up. That was a bitch. I think I made the leads that go from here to here a bit too short. So either I'll extend them or, I thought about adding a relay in that would bypass this somehow. Maybe. So that way that if I'm in here sleeping, I can go, oh, and turn it on and off at will while inside. I don't know. That's a later thing, man. Holy. I am tired. I'm going to get everything cleaned up. Well, should probably keep that on. And I actually want to see what this thing will look like when it's just in here. If I can get a camera view on it. Oh, yeah. That's inconspicuous. Yeah. Might get a different ornament, possibly. I'll see if I can find one on Etsy that's like a femboy or something. I don't know. Ooh, maybe like a bead that glows in the dark. Yeah. That's a good idea. Also, these all suck. They're fading like crazy. When I asked them about like, hey, is this thing like weatherproof? They're like, oh yeah, it'll be fine as long as you put it on the metal part where it's magnetic. I'm like, okay. No, it's when I cleaned it off, it just took all the graphic off. And these are not a surprise because they're cheap as fuck. But got new stickers, and on top of that, I got new boards. Got a Le Poisson board from Flying Panther and a Death Wish board from Greenhouse. It's a True Sky, I think this one, and this one's Rough Night. Yeah, Rough Night, yeah. Current project tonight outside of this is, you guys can probably skip this. I'll put like a time marker or some shit here in case you don't care. Other project is sort of redoing my old board. I'm planning to give this to somebody. I'm pretty sure this is still drying. This was a Greenhouse house board that was purple before, but I got some vintage aqua and did that and thought, it'll bring more of the purple out, and it just turned it blue. It looks good. I like the blue and purple vibe. This is the second time I had to do this, because the first time I got it like, yeah, let's stick with that. And then I did, I got to 2 coats of the urethane shit, and the second coat, somebody put this outside to dry, and it bubbled in sections. I thought I could save it. It got worse, and then I had to take it all back down to bare wood. But it feels really good. I know minimum I should do 3 coats, but I don't want to have to go through all that shit again of having to take the old coats off and stuff. I honestly don't know what to do. And also added this little taper area right here. This little border around it that I thought was pretty fancy. We'll see how this goes. I hope it goes well, but I've got time to kill, since I'm kind of technically on vacation. Yeah, vacation. That early. All right, I'm going to head home. It is officially 12:30.